Shalom, 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 Yashala. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called, It Won't Be a Fair Fight. Right? First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right, the Hamashiach, right, in the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from Elder Apostle Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth. Right. Today's lesson, like I said, is going to be called "It Won't Be a Fair Fight." Right. And I was looking at YouTube, right, and they had this this fighter jet right here, right, and it says finally the U.S. revealed its insane new 6th generation fighter, right. So let's take a look at it, right. Fair use.
This is the United States' insane new 6th generation fighter jet, the FA-XX. The FA-XX is a development for a future 6th generation air superiority fighter jet.
So they call it air superiority, It's the new advance, the new latest and greatest technology from Babylon herself, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep reading.
Aircraft will be powered by 2 General Electric XA-100 engines. The engine is conducted with a target maximum thrust of 45,000 pounds. It also incorporates heat-resistant materials to enable higher turbine temperatures.
Right, so they've done all these little engineering, magic or whatever you want to call it, right? Let's keep
enhanced performance. To improve the aircraft's capabilities, it will have sensors and electronics integrated into the fuselage to increase sensor performance while reducing drag, also increasing speed and maneuverability. The aircraft will feature open architecture design, so different sensors, payloads, and weapons can be plugged in for a specific mission. Speaking of weapons, the FA-XX will be made to carry directed energy weapons and advanced spectrum weaponry.
Right, so talking about they're gonna try to have like laser weapons and advanced sword technology, right? We know that Esau's blessing is the sword, right? So he's coming up with all these different gets and gadgets, right?
The aircraft will be a platform with the capability of optional unmanned autonomous operation. This is the United...
Right, so, and there was something else. Let me see if I can see it right here. This is another one right here. Let's get this one.
Basements needed. We're looking for wet, damp, or musty basements to fix with our new basement waterproofing system.
Slocky, this thing.
Can we fix your basement?
Recently, the service's top acquisition official confirmed that they have secretly... The U.S. Air Force always looks for ways to stay ahead of its adversaries. In recent years, China has been rapidly developing its own Air Force.
Right, so that's they little bread and butter, man. They come up with these different fighter jets. You got the F-16s, I guess, F-22, F whatever. They got all these different things, right? They're they come to try to show their might and their power, right?
And the U.S. is concerned that it could soon pose a threat to American dominance in the skies. But that may not hold true now, as the U.S. Air Force has just unveiled a top-secret project that's got everyone buzzing. They've built and flown a mysterious full-scale prototype of their future fighter jet designed to shock China and give the U.S. a decisive edge in any future conflict. Do you think the U.S. Air Force...
Right, so they always use the propaganda that they got the newest weaponry that can't be beat, and matter of fact, let me see, let me get this while I'm thinking of it. Salakia. America just always like they talk a good game, right? But that's their MO, right? let's see. Right. Right here it says, Revelation 13 and verse 5, it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Right. And this is speaking about America, and this is that 42 months, I believe is actually 350 years. And that's, when our elder Abba Bivens, right, who we believe to be Elijah, through regeneration, came and brought us back the word, right? But it says, where is it? The one I want to look at, Salakia. Salakia. Foundation. This is Revelation 13 and verse 13. It says, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Right. And this was talking about when they dropped, I believe it was in Hiroshima, they dropped, and Nagasaki, they dropped the, those, I believe it's the atomic bombs. Don't quote me on that. But when they dropped those bombs on Japan, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth and in the sight of men. Right. And it says, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts. Right, Salakia. Let me see if I can highlight it, Salakia. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Right. But this is what they do. Right. They do all these, what they quote, miracles and all these different things to try to wow the people and mesmerize the people, But it's, we know that all is just all propaganda and lies at the end of the day, right? Just how they said they went to the moon, you know what I mean? How they went to the moon, but yet then they'll come out and say, oh, you know what? We can't get past, I forgot, it was some belt, which basically is the atmosphere. They couldn't even get out of the atmosphere, Not how you going to say that, but then you say that you can go out and land on the moon. You know what I mean? And when I was younger, I always used to think about that. Like, how can you go and you can go to the moon, but you can't figure out the simple stuff here on Earth, man. Right? You can figure out how much, propane or whatever it is, jet fuel it is to take to go to the moon, but you can't even figure out, what is it? How to end starvation in the world, right? Or, just the simpler things, but they all want to, rely and do stuff on that, right? So let's, matter of fact, I'm just gonna get into the other scriptures, right? So, but what they don't understand is, it won't be a fair fight, right? This is not gonna be a fair fight, right? You got all your little latest and greatest weapons, but they're nothing, right? Compared to Yahawashi, right? When you go to the book of Second Esdras, right? Second Esdras describes that the chariot that Yahawashi comes on is going to be like a mountain, right? And what he's going to do, he's going to be out there zapping people and turn them into dust, and your weapons can't do that, right? Your weapons are not capable of doing that, right? You're dealing with the chariots of the Lord, right? Which can go either which way, right? with speed and accuracy. They don't have to turn like an airplane does, right? Or, stall like you see that, like you saw in the video where the airplane had to kind of stall to go backwards. Hey, they ain't gotta do none of that, right? So it's not gonna be a fair fight, man. Right? Esau, he wants to big up his propaganda. He wants to big up his weaponry, and it's basically to put fear into people, that they won't mess with him, right? But it's all for show, man, right? This is all America's just it's basically it's sorcery, right? And it's all just the sleight of the eye, like it's magician. It's like a magician, when you think about it, man. And once you pull the drape, like in the Wizard of Oz, when you pull that drape back, right? It's just some little old wrinkled up Edomite, man, calling shots, man, right? So let's get into it, right? Like I say, it's not going to be a fair fight, right? I just got a couple scriptures, right? But let's go to Slovakia. Let's go to Ezekiel. Right, let's start in Ezekiel, chapter 36, and let's see where I want to start. Start at 21 or maybe. Let's just start at verse 23, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 23, right? And you get the context. It says future restoration of Israel, right? But it says, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 23, it says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, right? Because we have profaned the name of Yahawashi, amongst where we've been scattered, right? It says, and the heathen shall know that I am Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, thy power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes, And it says, and if you read verse up, right, I'm going to start at verse 21. It says, but I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whether they went, right? So he said he's going to have, Yahweh Shai is going to have pity upon his holy name, Yahawah, right? Bahasham, Yahawashi, right? It says, which Israel have profaned among the heathen, whether they went, right? Because we want to go and follow, these all these little stupid gods, that these other nations have, right? We rather, worship them than worship the true power, right? Which is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It says, therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, thy power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my own holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And it says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am Yahawah, saith Yahawah, your power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes, So, hey, Lord said, I'm going to, because you want to profane it, I'm going to do it for my name's sake, So guess what? Everybody's going to know who I am, right? Just like he did in Egypt, right? Let's get that, right? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9, and verse number 16. It says, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, right? So he's raised up Esau, right? The Edomites, he's raised them up into power, right? According to Job 9 and 24, he gave them the earth, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? Who covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, right? But it says, so just as in ancient Egypt, right? Here we are in modern day Egypt, right? With the Edomites, right? He's raising them up, right? And it says, Exodus 9 and verse number 16, it says, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in my power and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Right? All the earth is going to know Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Right? All the earth is going to know. Right? When he starts shaking, right? It says the earth is going to shake to and fro. You know, when the Lord's anger comes, right? When the day of the Lord, everybody's gonna know, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? they're gonna know that name, you know. Let's get this, right? And so I said it won't be fair, right? Because guess what? These F-16s, F-18, whatever little secret thing that Esau and these other nations got, they don't understand. Hey, man, nothing can compare to the chariots of the Most High. Right? These things can camouflage. These things can go invisible. These things can turn into other shapes. These things can do all types of things, man. Right? They can literally stop. They can go into the water, right? Without splashing the water, they can go, up into the heavens, right? They can go, like I said, I seen one, if I believe, it went into a volcano, went into the volcano, came out of, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that you can do. Esau and other nations they can't compete with this, right? It's not going to be a fair fight, right? Neither was it ever meant to be, you know? Let's get this. Book of Psalm, chapter 68, and verse number 17. It says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. Right? So the chariots of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right, are 20,000, even thousands. You know what I'm saying? It's just, nobody, right, on this earth, no nation can compete against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and the angels, man. Right? It's too many of them. Right? And when you read in the book of I believe it was the book of Maccabees, right? Is it the book of Maccabees where the angels slew, like, it was like man, I forgot how many thousands of people, man. Slew a thousand of people, right? I mean, thousands of people. So, if one, what more? A whole army, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, man. Right? Well, you can't compete against that, right? Your radar is not going to detect that. Okay? Like I said, it's not going to be a fair fight, right? Let's get another one, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 59 and verse number 19, right? And this is the confession of national wickedness, right? And a lot of this is talking about, our people, right? Let's get this. Let's go to let's go to verse 19. This is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahawah, right? Bahasham Yahawashi from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against him, right? And let's read that in another translation, right? Let's see. This is the G&T. It says, from the east to the west, everyone will fear him and his great power. He will come like a rushing river, like a strong wind, Hey, so everyone is going to fear, right, the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man, right? Just in context, right? Everyone is going to fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? I mean, it's going to be a dreadful day, right? What does the book of Amos say? The book of Amos says, the day of the Lord. Let's get it. Let me not quote it. What is it? 5. Amos 5 and 19. 18. No, Salakia. verse 20. Amos chapter 5, verse 20. It says, actually, I'll start at verse 18. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahawah is darkness and not light, right? It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, right? There's no escaping, right? And it says it's likened as a man, you escaped, you escaped your life from running from a lion, right? And then all of a sudden you run in and a bear catches you. You escape the bear, right? You finally get into your house. You think everything is good, right? You start to relax, put your hand on the wall, and a serpent gets you. You know what I mean? There's no escaping, right? There's no escaping the judgment in the day of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? It says, verse 20, shall not the day of Yahawah be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it, right? So the day of the Lord, right, is going to be a fierce and fearful day, right? And people are going to fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. They're going to fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? And that's what I might actually, Salakia, I might rename this, they shall, so shall they fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right. Let's get a couple more. Right. We're gonna close it out. Right. I don't want this to be too long. Right. This is the book of Malachi. Malachi chapter 1, and let's start at verse number 11. Right. It says, from the rising of the sun even to the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen. Saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, man. Right? The name of the Lord will be declared. Right? Will be declared on this this place, man. Right? When he brings the destruction upon this place, man. Right? It says, verse number 14, it says, but cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto Yahawah, right, a corrupt thing, right? And this is for the priests, right? Right? The Lord is actually rebuking the priests, who are sacrificing, and they're actually sacrificing, instead of the lamb without blemish, right? They swapping it out and getting some, lame ram or lame lamb, right? That kind of rhymes. It says, so that's kind of the context, right? But what I want is, down here at the bottom, right? So it says, but cursed be the deceiver which have in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto Yahawah, right, a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen, right? The name of the Lord is going to be dreadful among the name of the heathen. It's going to be dreadful, right? It's going to be a dreadful thing, right? When he lays his vengeance, right, upon the heathen, right, and upon 2/3 of our people, man, right? The name of the Lord is going to be exalted, in this place, right? And guess what? It won't be a fair fight when he comes, right? Yahawashi said, I shall not meet you as a man. I'm not going to meet you as a man, right? I'm coming in my full glory and power, through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? What does Philippians say? Let's go to Philippians chapter 2, and let's go to verse 9. It says, wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him, right? Who is him? Yahawashi, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahawashi, right, every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, right? And that every tongue should confess that Yahawashi Hamashiach is Lord, to the glory of the Most High, the Father, right? And the Father Yahawah. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? The fear of Yahawashi name shall be known, right, among all the heathen, right? So Salaki, I'm probably gonna change the title, man, right, to this, man, right? But just understand, man, like America and its little weapons, and they're not gonna be, they're not gonna mean anything, right? They're not gonna mean anything, right? And it's not gonna be a fair fight, at the end day, man. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai, man, and we praying, we pray that you come deliver us from this evil, wicked place, man. Right? Deliver us from our enemies and our captives. Right? So, with that, Lord's will, this is edifying. Right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Kahala Yahawah, Bahasham Mashiach Yahawashi, Bahasham Qadash. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Stay strong, stay faithful, stay diligent. Keep praying for one another. Keep watching and praying, right? Pray for the deliverance, man, of the elect, out of Babylon, man, right? And from the four corners of the earth, man, in these last days, right? And with that, shalom.